Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Moses Charisma Kokroko. Welcome back to the third part of our Epigenosco series where I teach on memory. I teach on how to learn effectively and how to memorize everything effectively. In my previous video that I made, I spoke about 3 reasons you forget what you learn. Okay, if you've not seen or you've not watched that video, I really encourage you to go back and then check it out. It will bless you in no small way. So I spoke about 3 reasons why we forget what we learn, and the first thing I spoke about is that it is the will of God, okay? Because God designed our memories to let go of irrelevant information, okay? Informations that are not really important to our lives since we read everything everywhere. Then the second reason that I gave is that we do not employ appropriate techniques at studying. All right, whenever we are studying, we do not employ the techniques that will signal to our memories to keep the information that we're studying. And the third thing I spoke about is about the fact that we do not give our memories appropriate signals when we are studying. So in that video, I promised that I'm going to take you through the second point, which is the techniques you need to employ at learning so that you do not forget it. And today I am beginning with that. Before I continue, please, if you have questions, because what I'm going to teach today might raise a lot of questions, all right? So when you have questions, I implore you to please leave them in the comment section, and I promise to tackle every single question in my subsequent videos. All right, so when you have questions, just write them in the comment section and I'll address them in my subsequent video. Thank you very much. So I am going straight into this first principle that I'm going to take you through. The principles are a lot. The techniques that you need to employ at learning effectively so that you don't forget them when you need them most are a lot, and I'm going to take you through every single one of them. Are you not excited? I'm going to take you through every single one of them. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to take you through, the first one that I'm going to take you through today is what I call the S.E.E principle. The S.E.E principle is an abbreviation, and I shall be taking you through that. The S.E.E principle. Now, the first thing you need to learn is that there are people who believe that they have photographic memories. They believe that they are able to capture things the moment they see it. Now, these people can go to the exams hall and be able to tell what page an information is, but they cannot remember the actual information that is on that page. Do you see that? That is a signal that actually implies that the person did not learn the information very well. The reason why you can remember the page and even remember the color of the page, but you cannot remember the content, is because of how your mind is designed to capture things. Memory is actually a creative process, not a photographic process. Okay, memory is a creative process. It is not a photographic process. So most people who boast of having photographic memories are actually employing one of their natural creative abilities as studying, but it's either they are doing it consciously or unconsciously. That's why they are able to remember. So when you are able to learn every information very well using this principle, there is no way you can forget them when you need them most. All right, so now you need to understand that everybody has a creative ability, okay, which is natural. Someone can say, me, I cannot imagine things, so me, I don't have a creative ability. If you don't have a creative ability, now let me test your creative ability. I want to test your creative ability so that I'll prove to you that you have a creative ability. 1. Orange tree. Have you seen that your memory has brought back how an orange tree looks like? Okay, apple. Can't you see apple in your mind? You can see apple in your mind. Please, you are creative. You just have to employ your creative ability at learning anything. Your mind, what we call mind, your mind is able to project every information that you take in. Okay, it makes meaning out of it. Do you see that? For instance, if it is like, see it like this. Someone has written a novel. And another person has acted the novel. That is how it is. When you take in an abstract information into your brain, your mind can create pictures out of the information, the abstract information that you've taken in. So when I say a car, when I read something, a car goes into my brain as C-A-R, a car. But my mind now creates an image of the car. That is what I am talking about here. Now, you realize that when you read novels, when you read a when you read a novel, you are able to narrate everything that you read. Why? Because whilst you are reading the novel and you are excited, okay, you get intrigued, you get fascinated by what you're reading. So as it gets you intrigued, what even keeps you going is the movies that you are creating out of the things that you are reading. Do you see that? So you have a creative ability that helps you. It is a natural creative ability that helps you to create movies and pictures out of everything that you are reading. So when you are reading a novel, you're actually watching a movie in your mind. It is something you are reading. You are reading like an abstract information, but your mind is creating a movie. So within you, you are actually watching a movie. You are not reading a novel, you are watching a movie. That is why you don't want to put it down if it is exciting. Yes, if it gets you so excited, you don't want to put it down. That is the creative ability that we possess, and we need to employ it at learning. Look, there is a neuroscientist who said that learn anything, and after 3 days, you could remember only 10% of it. But add pictures to it, and after 3 days, you can remember 65% of it. Which means anything that you learn with your creative ability increases your chances of remembering by 50%. This is so exciting, and most people don't know this, so they just read abstract information and don't bring the information to life. So the S.E.E principle is basically bringing abstract information to life, or making meaning of meaningless information. So when you read something, Amma is going to school, that is an abstract information, but your mind can create an image or a movie out of Amma actually walking to school. And if you do not employ this creative ability to create that movie in your mind of Amma actually walking to school, you will not actually remember when you need it. So if you have an information like Amma is going to school and is holding a blue bag, and is holding a yellow food flask. You know, this is an abstract information. So for you to remember this information, you need to make a movie out of it. Actually see Amma going to school. Actually see a blue bag behind Amma. Actually see Amma holding a yellow food flask. And all of a sudden, whenever you need the information, you can go back into that movie and narrate it when you need it. So the S.E.E principle is actually to bring information to life. Make pictures or movies, or bring information to life, okay, out of an abstract information. This is why this S.E.E principle is also called the mind movie principle. Yes, it's also called the mind movie principle. So now straight to the S.E.E principle. Now the S.E.E, the first S, the S.E.E. S stands for senses. We take in everything through our senses. Whatever goes into our brain goes through it by our senses. Do you know, can you tell me how an orange smells? You can. Yes, how did you know that? When you smell something, you can say, oh, why does this thing smell like an orange? How did you know that there is a smell that is like orange? Your memory has captured that because you have smelled an orange before. So now things go into our memory or our minds through our senses. You feel something and then you know how the feeling is. It's not next time when you feel the same thing, you know, I have felt this thing before. You see something and then it goes straight into you, because anything that you see is transmitted into your brain through the nerve cells. Okay, so every part of your senses are connected to your nervous system, so that whatever you see, touch, smell, hear, and all that will stick. So now when you are reading or learning something, you need to employ your senses to create information. Okay, actually see with your eyes the information. Actually see the information. That's how we bring information to life. So actually see the information. So for instance, when they say I have a car key, the way to remember I have a car key is to actually picture a car and create a movie of a car in your mind. Create a picture of a car, a picture of a key inside the ignition port. Do you get it? Create it. Actually see the thing in your eyes. See the thing in your mind. Use your imaginative and creative ability to actually see a car key. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Use that imagination process to see a car key. When you are able to see it and create that images, you would never forget about them again. That is how it is. So use your senses. When you take in the information, it is abstract. So now create movies out of that abstract information. Create pictures out of that abstract information, and it will stick forever. The next one is the E. E means exaggerate. So for instance, I have a car key. Now exaggerate the information. Now, do you know which one is more easily to remember? Is it a white car or a red car? Or let's say, is it a white car or a yellow car? A yellow or red cars are loud. Do you see that? They are loud. So exaggerate it. When you exaggerate the information, it makes you remember quickly. That is why in a group of people or in a group of clothes, the first to spot is the colorful one. If something is so colorful, your memory captures it quickly. So when you create that that picture, exaggerate it. Don't make it a small car key. Rather make it a big car key. Make it a big car key, a red car key, a yellow car. Exaggerate the information. All right. Then the last one, which is the next E, energy. It's called energy. Give what you have created energy. Give it energy, which means that let it act. Give it action. Action. Create a movie out of it. So actually see a car key turning, all right? See a car being ignited, a car engine being ignited, or see a car actually moving at a faster pace. All right, so give the thing an action. All right, so when you picture a horse, for instance, when they say, okay, a horse, and you get to exam hall, you need to remember a horse. You know, if you create a horse in your mind, what you remember is not the HORSE, but you actually remember a horse. You see a horse actually. So when you see that horse, give that horse, okay, an exaggeration. So see it a blue horse, see a red horse, see a yellow horse. All right, then see the horse actually walking. Create movies in your mind. Look, let me tell you something. There is no scientific evidence that says that learning must be serious. Look, joke. Create image, enjoy the movies in your mind. The things you are reading, create movies and images with them and enjoy them in your mind. I've used this information and I know what I'm telling you. They work. Create information, create something nice, give life to something that has no life. So that is the last one, energy. Now let's take some few examples. I want us to learn some words, okay? Some words. I want us to learn some Spanish words, okay? Let's learn some Spanish words. In Spanish, the word tiger, okay, is called Ti-grr. 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 T-I-G-R-E. We call it we spell it T-I-G-E-R. Okay, in Spanish it's called T-I-G-R-E. Ti-grr. Alright, so imagine now this word Ti-grr, it sounds like tea and it sounds like gray. Do you see that? Can you picture a cup of tea? Yes, but the tea should not be white. The tea should be gray. So a gray tea. So Ti-grr. So then if you want to remember how tiger is pronounced in Spanish or how it's spelled, you just have to remember a gray tea. A tea that is gray. Then you remember Ti-grr. Now let's go to Zulu. Alright? Zulu. It's South Africa. Zulu. Do you know that snake is called inyoka? Inyoka. In Zulu. Inyoka. Inyoka. That is a snake. A snake is called inyoka in Zulu. So you need to know this inyoka. When you see inyoka, you are reading and you see inyoka. You will not even remember. If you see inyoka and you read that, oh, inyoka is snake in Zulu, then when you need that information, you will struggle to remember because you have not given it life. But to bring this information to life, just see a snake slithering in your car. Inyoka sounds like in your car. Do you see that? Inyoka, in your car. So just imagine, create a snake slithering in your car. Then remember that a snake in Zulu is called inyoka. Alright? Okay, so let's go to countries and capitals. Let's take a country like Madagascar. Madagascar. Alright, so now Madagascar. You know, Madagascar sound like mad gas car. Or a gas car that is mad. Do you see? It sounds like that. This is joke. We are creating movies. Learning must be fun. You understand? Learning must be fun. So Madagascar. Madagascar. So just imagine creating a movie of a gas car that is mad. A gas car that is mad. Madagascar. Alright, now then imagine the capital of Madagascar is An-tanana-rivo. An-tanana-rivo. If you go to exam hall and you have to remember this, how would you remember if you don't create movies out of it? How can you remember An-tanana-rivo? Do you see that? So now just imagine this gas car, hitting your friend Anne. Yes, your friend Anne turning on a river. Then all of a sudden, this mad car has come to hit your friend Anne turning on a river or standing on a river. Let me use standing. All right, your friend Anne standing on a river. Then this mad car has come to hit your friend. This is so Madagascar, a mad car hitting your friend Anne, who is standing on a river. So Madagascar, the capital of Madagascar is An-tanana-rivo. An-tanana-rivo. Do you see that? It's so exciting, all right? Okay, now let's go back to maybe the Spanish words. Let's learn something else in Spanish. Let's learn sun. Sun in Spanish is called sol. Sol, S-O-L-E. You know, the sole of your feet. The sole of your feet, S-O-L-E. Sun in Spanish is called sol. So now, can you imagine a sun hitting the sole of your feet? A sun. Imagine a sun hitting so hard the sole of your feet. All of a sudden, you remember. You remember? Do you see that? Now let's go to the arm. The arm in Spanish is called brazo. Brazo. How do you remember this when you need the information? Now, can you imagine? Brazo sounds like bra. Do you see that? Brazo. A bra that is sewn. Brazo. So do you see? Can you imagine a bra that is sewn around your arm? Imagine it, a bra sewn around your arm. So when you need the information, you can just remember a bra sewn around my arm. Brazo, arm in Spanish. Isn't this exciting? Now let's go back to the things we've learned so far. Do you remember the great T? Great T in Spanish is what? How is tiger called in Spanish? Ti-grr. Do you see that? Okay. How is sun called in Spanish? Sun, sol. How is arm called in Spanish? Brazo. Isn't this interesting? Brazo. What is the capital of Madagascar? Do you remember your friend Anne standing on the river and that mad car has come to hit her all of a sudden? An-tanana-rivo. So exciting. Look, tickle your mind, be creative at learning. Every information can be brought to life. Let me show you. Do you think I am joking? Let me take the Newton's third law of motion, for instance. It says, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. If you don't give life to this information, you may not remember it when you need it most. Do you see that? You may not remember it when you need it most. So give life to such an information. Now, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Can you create in your mind a man swimming in a pool? Yes. How do we swim? We draw the water back and it pushes us forward. That is the Newton's third law of motion. So to remember this law, remember this. Every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So when I move backwards, my hand moves the water backwards, then I move at the opposite direction. So to remember this, I just have to remember a man swimming, pulling the water backwards and moving at the opposite direction. To that action, that particular action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Look, play along, joke along, create movies with any information, and when you need it most, you will never and ever forget it. Look, this is Moses Charisma Kokroko. Look, I am urging you, please subscribe, okay? Subscribe and recommend this channel to your friends. Let them come and subscribe. And I tell you, look, this is the beginning. The next principle that I'm going to teach you, the next technique to study that I'm going to teach you, is going to be more fun than this particular technique, this C principle. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very excited. Once again, my name is Moses Charisma Kokroko. See you in my subsequent videos. Goodbye.